to another live. All right? What's happening? Peace up. A-Town down. You know what I'm saying? It's the third. What's good? Yes, indeed. I am Joseph R. Wheeler III. I'm your captain of this ship. And I'm kind of bittersweet today, but I'm going to tell you why. First and foremost, we got some amazing content that just dropped yesterday and the day before in celebratory energy of this weekend, y'all. Labor Day weekend, you know what I'm saying? I keep saying Labor Day. Memorial Day weekend. I did that in another live, made myself laugh so hard. I was like, man, I am so ready for Labor Day. Like, damn, that's crazy. Anyway, I do get the two mixed up sometimes, only because the energy be kind of the same for both holidays. You know, there's always some folk popping firecrackers and shooting. You know what, though? Let me say. I don't know about where you at, but where I'm at in Metro ATL, okay, and that's big. That's a huge sprawl when I say the Metro Atlanta area. But in the part I'm in, I heard a little bit of pop, you know. Knew it was firecrackers versus guns, so that was, you know, usually it's both. But I didn't hear a lot. And it kind of, I said, wait a minute, are they waiting for Monday? Maybe they're waiting for Monday. That's not typical. They don't wait for no day. They be popping them on the weekend. They pop them on Monday. They do, you know, I was kind of like, that's kind of interesting. Kind of different. Kind of unexpected. Kind of not what I would think would happen on the weekend like that. I thought, you know, hey man, it's the weekend thing. You know, they just gonna do it just because it's the weekend of the holiday. Yeah, I'm twisting in some oil on my beard. Getting it nice and fluffy. Oil it up every day, fellas. If you got a beard, that's how you keep it right, y'all. Put some natural oils on it. Some shea butter, some coconut oil, some cocoa butter. This is my grocery list right now. I'm giving you the formula. This is all the stuff that helps it stay healthy and everything. You know what I'm saying? Keep it movable like this. And the ladies be like, oh, I like that. And they want to pull on it. Yeah, there you go. That's how you do that. So anyway, no, they just wasn't doing what they usually do, and it kind of shocked me. I was like, okay, that's different. That's different, but I'll take it. It is what it is. You know, you just kind of get used to things. But a lot of things are different right now. A lot of things are very, very different right now. And I think a lot of people are still in denial of just why and how these things are different and how they're going to continue to get different and be different. And, you know, you're just going to have to kind of accept that this is the way things are, but also acknowledge that there's reasons. You know what I'm saying? There's reasons. What's up? I see you. There's reasons, y'all. And so the vibes be kind of the same, but at the same time very different when you go out to these live events and stuff and you see how the energy is or whatever. Now, first of all, let me give just total celebratory respect to ONYXCON and the Jazz Festival and Carnival. Carnival was the man. I'm telling you, man. Between Momo, I mean, they equal to me for different reasons. One particular day of MomoCon is equal in my heart to what I experienced at the parade yesterday for Carnival, because the energy was so right at both of them at different times, and the fun level was so just, oh man. That parade yesterday did it for me. I still went to MomoCon yesterday. I still got more content to show y'all. A lot of really cool stuff. So don't get me wrong if my tone of my voice drops and I seem like I'm judging the two and weighing and one is better than the other. It ain't about that. It's just different energies for different reasons. Both were important to what I wanted to share about my city, about what goes on with the arts, about what goes on with creativity in Atlanta at this time of year and whenever we have these festivals. And to acknowledge so many people from so many places in the Caribbean and beyond, because what I realized about the Caribbean Festival, like there was one flag being waved by these ladies. They would dance, they were having a good time. I got them on film. All of this, everything I'm gonna mention is in this video y'all gotta watch, okay? It's the latest video, our main feed video, long edited video. Not even heavily edited, by the way. I let it be raw on purpose. And I always do that generally with all of my videos that are, you know, of events, because I want you to feel like you're there. I want you to be just, you know, The camera is your eyes. I want you to feel how it felt for me standing there and witnessing all that energy and having a good time. So yeah, like I didn't edit a lot. I didn't do it. I didn't mess with none of the music. I didn't give a damn if I got hit with copyright. I was just like, bump it, man. That's when I take the ultimate risk, and it always works in our favor. I must say, this is a little tip for my YouTubers. Most of the time, not every time, I don't want to say that, but most of the time, if you're at a music festival or anything live and direct outside, I think a lot of things play in your favor for not getting a copyright strike. Like, I woke up this morning, I saw copyright on it, but I thought, okay, it's not yellow, it's not the little sign, so it's not a strike. So usually when they do that, you look at it, and I did, they'll list the songs that were highlighted, but it'll say this artist allows their music to be featured on YouTube. So it's like, okay, cool, we good, you know. And shout out to the artists, yo. That, I mean, because as an artist myself, and when I say art, I mean all arts, okay? If you know my definition for the arts, the gospel of ONYXCON, we say art is any and every creative expression that appeals to, ignites, and activates your senses, including your sixth sense, your very soul, your third eye, your inner, okay? So all the senses, sound, taste, every touch, everything, add in your sixth sense. That is art. If it's expressive energy that ignites that, makes you say, "Ooh, wow!" Whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. It activates those things. It makes your senses say, "Wow, what? Oh, yay! Yeah, ooh, art." Even if it's like, I never thought of that. That's really deep. Or I don't even like that, but it made me think about something I didn't think I need to think about. But now you're thinking about it. Art. You feel me? So I thought I had my order coming up. I heard somebody. Is this it? Is this it? Yeah, okay. I'm going to take my break and come back. Let's get it. Let's get it, y'all. All right. We officially back in, doing it the way we do. Tell a friend. Using some of my on-set logo when I be on the film biz. Whenever you take a break and then come back to set, filming again, you say, we're back in, tell a friend. Everybody be yelling, back in, we're back in. Yeah. Oh man, I be missing that shit some days. I tell you, that's just what I want. I want to be able to yell it, because that's what I do. I'm a PA mostly when I do that on crew. Production assistant, so we be yelling out all the calls. We are the voice of the production. Oh, I miss being on set. I'm gonna tell you more about that as I go. But so here's the point, right? I was talking about being at the festivals and how much fun and how the energy is just still kind of different, you know? Because whether people, you know, people have one thing I've learned about human nature and psychology, people take a while to face their realities. Say that again for the people in the back that didn't asleep when I said it. I said, people take a while to face their realities. And that's anybody, all of us do, but if you're somebody who likes facing reality, and I am that kind of person, okay, like you wake up in the morning, no matter how hard it is to look at the checkbook, so to speak, you know, look at the bank account and say, damn, I'm on E. What the, whoa, I'm in the negative. Wait a minute, whoa, do I have gas? Oh, I'm almost on E. Like, what? Yeah, you know, for all us realists out here, you know, when you in that realist state of mind, which is the best way to be, by the way. I don't care how scary it is. You know what's really scary? Don't be real about it. Just keep on going, no matter what, and acting like nothing is due. I ain't gotta worry about that. I'll worry about that some other day. I'll put that off. It'll be all right. Blah, 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 blah. Man. And when hits the fan, when it hits the fan, well, I'm trying to tell you, the ish goes everywhere. Don't let it be you. You can deal with a little bit of poo. You know what I'm saying? A little spill to clean up, whatever, at a time. Like, okay, I see that one. I can see what it is. I see that other one. All right, I know that one's coming. All right, I know what's gonna happen because I've been here before. This is not new-ish. This is stuff I done been through before. I'll get through it again. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of having to deal with any of it. That's the exhausting part. Like, you're dealing with an issue financially, otherwise, but it's like it ain't going nowhere. It just seems like every year you repeat the same process, just a different year, same old That's where I'm at. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm tired of the same old thing. So this is another reason why these events are so important to me, because they're the only times in the year, besides if we drum up enough energy and financial wherewithal to take a trip, okay? Because, yo, the plane is everything. Travel is everything in my world. I need it. I need it like therapy. I swear to gosh, I need it. And the only thing close to it, the only little Band-Aid, it ain't no substitution, but it's like a little Band-Aid for the cut that's so deep, is when I go to stuff like ONYXCON, when I go to stuff like this Carnival parade, when I go to stuff like any arts event similar, any little outing I can find, and, hell, even just a good movie sometimes, that's about the smallest type of Band-Aid, to be honest, because, I mean, I can watch a movie anytime, any day, find a way, even if I got to cut a couple of my streams, there's always something I got streaming. Hell, you can watch free movies with commercials on YouTube, Shout out YouTube. That was a free advertisement. I ain't, y'all ain't doing nothing other than making me wait forever to get monetized. Shit. But, damn. Come on, YouTube. Show us some love, man. Show us some love. Whatever gates might be gates, break them open. You see the effort we putting in. We ain't stopped. We have not stopped. We've been they say you got to post every day. We've been full throttle for like 2 years, 3 years now. In previous years, every other day, every week, definitely. I mean, we've been on it for 5 years straight, doggone it. You understand? So we deserve everything we gonna get. Like the Kendrick song say, "Man in the garden, I deserve it." Oh, that's my shit. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, that right there, as far as heartfelt, deepest song on the album, that's my one. Everybody be talking about Squabble Up and all that. Yeah, those are all bops and jams and, yeah, turn up and, all the undertones of the different cultural things from LA or whatever. Yeah, good, great, whatever. I'm talking about that universal truth. I deserve it. Oh, when you don't put in the work, you deserve it all. And I put in the work. My track record is freaking amazing, actually. And the older I get, that's why older folk be sitting around talking about what they've done, man, because they start waking up. Like, you've been told all your life, be humble, don't brag. It ain't bragging, it's keeping receipts for what you done done. And when people are not, society, whichever way, all the elements together, because people make a society, some are giving credit, not enough are giving credit, you're asking for your just due, you're not getting it. You get fed up with that the older you get. You start demanding. When I step in the room, heads should be bowing, damn it. This ain't about ego. This ain't about I'm trying to step on nobody else. No. I earned the right to be acknowledged. Like what my wrestler, what's Reigns say? Roman Reigns, acknowledge me. Goddamn right. I mean, it's sans the rest of his character and how he plays it in the ring, being a villain and all that other stuff. I just like the fact that one part speaks to me. Acknowledge me, because I'm acknowledgeable. Don't be yelling about acknowledge me and all you doing is run-of-the-mill craziness that ain't helping nothing and not gonna leave nobody in a better place than they were yesterday if they listening to you. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you've done stuff and you got receipts for helping people grow. So here's an example of what I mean, right? When I was at MomoCon yesterday, there were some moments like that. Because as soon as I walked onto the market floor, okay, the main convention floor, because everything else surrounding it is part of it, but that's the meat of it, where the vendors are, the tables, the different sections for the gaming and the tabletop gaming and the miniatures and they got a lot of shit. Oh my gosh, I think they got more than I saw. They definitely got more than they did even last year, and that's crazy to say as much as they already had. Gaming was insane. I was like, this is serious, man. They had 4 big screens, maybe 5. I can't remember how many I counted. Multiple tournaments going on at the same time. Car show has gotten bigger, I think, from what I remember it being the previous year. Momo is off the chain. MomoCon doing their thing. Proud of them, I know how it started. I was part of the beginning. I walked in on the beginning at Georgia Tech. was privy to that, and I speak about that in my video if you haven't seen it. The one video is out. There will be more. There will be more. There will be more for Carnival too. I'm gonna do some shorts. I got some shorts for y'all. I just gotta edit them up and get them out, all that kind of thing. But when I tell y'all that thing is growing, and to see what happens when people have good connections and people respect each other enough to then give each other the power to do business, and then of course they make money. All right, the order is respect, power, money, not money, power, respect. That, no, hell no, that ain't it. That's not it, people. That's not it. Money, power, respect is not it. It goes respect, power, money in that exact order. Period. Ain't no way around it. It ain't gonna change. I don't care who you see that's rich, because the systems, a lot of systems in the world run off of money, power, respect. That part would be true. But it's also the reason why most governments and stuff have all these different variations of corruption and all types of political outrage and people ready to coup, and they fired the hell up. They're done. They're sick of it. They're tired of it. They're just like, no, hell to the no, no, no. And I mean no, you know? Do you know? Right? So it all makes sense when it hits the fan, but again, it don't have to be that way. If you lead with money, another thing I'll say about Momo, I ain't saying they've never had an incident. I ain't never seen one. I've been going to Momo for years. I've never seen people, it's a big ass, a lot of people in there. They got a lot of security, but still stuff happens. I've never seen no altercations. I've seen some moments that got tense, could have went there, didn't go there. Because I'm gonna tell you something. When the energy of respect is in the beginning, one thing about even a fool that might want to set it off, they know, man, up in here, it's gonna be quick, and they're not gonna allow it. They're not gonna let the security gonna be so right that it's gonna be like it never happened. It'll be a quick moment. What's up? What? And then you're gonna see somebody getting hauled off with a bunch of strong arms. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So, I'm saying all this to lead to one major thing that I want to talk to y'all about, and that is, a lot of people ask me constantly, people who went to my event when it was an event, who knew ONYXCON when we started, and it started as a Comic-Con, all right? Southwest Arts Center, stand up. Enon Roads, Wolf Creek Library, stand up. Cascade Library, stand up. Auburn Avenue Research Library, stand up. What? South Fulton Arts Center, stand up. Aviation Center. Now it's Emma Darnell. Emma Darnell Aviation Community Arts Center off of Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Stand up. These are the places. And there's more. There's more. I'm just naming the majors that I have to name to say what I'm saying about. We've done so much content, so many events, so many affiliates and venues and things that made ONYXCON what it was from 2009 to 2018. Count them years, kids. Do you know how to do math? Hello. Yeah, that's right. Over a decade of service, y'all. Over a decade. 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then some. Because every year since, ONYXCON continues. We didn't end on the decade. We continued. You understand? We had 11 years technically. Yeah, 2019. Into 2019. Because see, the thing is, we would always do our main event in August. All right? So it'll be going into the next year, end of summer, all that kind of thing, But my bottom line is, I'm saying, we never stopped. We never stopped. And I've said this so many ways, so many times, lives here, lives on Instagram, lives on Fanbase. Shout out to Fanbase. Subscribe to us over there. Follow us over there. Facebook, shout out to all that. Find us over there. Celebrate us over there too. Wherever we at, join the parade. Yeah. Join the parade. Because the party been going. We don't stop. We do not stop, y'all. So what's interesting to me is like when you're doing all that work, and I know my impact. I've never been blind to what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing and how many lives it's affected, how many artists that were at my event were able to move on and do other things. And I saw their careers blossom because of the connections they made at ONYXCON when we were doing the convention. So by the time, I step up in Momo, which by the way, I've even had 2 panels at MomoCon, just, reading the resume. This is receipts, people. This is receipts, right? I get instant, oh man, that's my man, that's the dude, right? Like literally, there was a block of vendors that when I went around that block, I was seeing faces I had forgotten, faces I kind of knew, and faces I definitely know. And all of them was dapping me up. All of them was saying, yo, it's good to see you. What's up? What's happening? Now, one in particular put a bad taste in my mouth about something, though. And I'm not giving no names, but I have addressed this already with the person. So it's not for public consumption how I dealt with it on a personal level. But I'm going to speak vaguely about an energy that needs to be corrected and nipped in the bud so that this does not keep happening. Because it's a problem for our communities. Notice I made that plural. It ain't just about being in Atlanta. It's about wherever you are. If you're doing something creative, and you know other people who are creatives, there's going to be an order of people in terms of influence and awareness, and those who are the launch pads, so to speak, for careers, for opportunities, for alliances, as they say on street terms, since everybody want to be street these days and don't even know what the hell they talking about when they want to drop these little terms and everything. Like, y'all don't research nothing. Y'all just want to say whatever you heard in some little rap song. You don't even know where it came from. You just, oh, that's what we say? Oh, okay. All right, I want to be cool. Let me say that. Baby, I'm the plug. I am the plug when it comes to this arts world. Please believe it. I am a plug. I'm not the plug, but in some ways in my area. Who is by now, you better ask somebody. Yo, we still be working between these chats, so shout out to all the workers, man. That's why they call it, it's supposed to be a holiday. Whatever. Gotta get out here and get this money, no matter what damn day it is, don't it? I swear to God. So check it. Oh, by the way, you know what? You can always donate to ONYXCON. You don't have to wait for us to monetize through here. You can send us a cash app at #ONYXCON. #ONYXCON. Or at ONYXCON, just like when you find us over here, at ONYXCON on Venmo, all right? Show your love, appreciate you. Let's get to it, all right? So check this out. I was saying, so I walked up in the spot, see all these familiar faces, a couple that I forgot, some that I never really knew. That's all good, that's how it go. And everybody was respectful for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was pretty cool and happy to see me. And I'm gonna give you the good and then the bad and then the ugly, you know what I mean? So the good is, there was a lot of, and you're gonna see this on the video, because I'm gonna edit it out and show y'all the video. You can guess who I was talking about on certain things, but don't try, no, I mean, not even say that, because then that makes people start saying, I bet it was that dude that said that. No, because if you got it wrong, now you're putting the wrong energy on the wrong person. Like I said, I'm not sharing any of this to point fingers directly at a target or anything. I'm saying, these are avatars, people. We are all energies. We are all energies. Some of us more unique in our energy than others. It's just a fact. Some people, like, you know how you meet some people, you done met 10 of them. And other people you may have met 5. Some other people you've met about 3 of them. Some people you met 2 in a lifetime. And then there's some folk you gonna only meet 1. You gonna only meet 1 in a lifetime. Now, I don't have to give myself this credit. And any of those things that mentioned can be credits. Because hell, if you got 10 people who are always nice, always sweet, always genuine, always forgiving when need be. Don't be forgiving and just getting stepped on. I'm saying just they forgiving people but you can't push them over. They're just good-hearted folk, man. You know, like a lot of good country folk I know from where I'm at in Atlanta and Georgia, just how that energy be. But I met people from other places too, but it's just something about in America. The Southern folk got it different. We just, because we have to be, it's sort of part of the cultures of what makes the South the South. But I ain't trying to go on too much of a tangent. I want to make this point. So I know what so I'm not saying just because there's a lot of you and they didn't break the mold on you, they made a bunch of you, that don't mean that you shallow or you ain't significant, right? I'm just saying that sometimes you meet people who ain't got the right energy, and life done made a bunch of them because of circumstances. It ain't even because that's who they would have been. I'm a true believer that a lot of us would be more unique and individualistic if societies didn't push certain norms on people to where people fall in line and don't want to be outside the boxes. They just want to, hey man, whatever, make this thing easier. And I understand that, because the older I get, I want my life to be easier. But I have been a rebel, and I will always be a soul rebel in some ways all my life, because I know where there needs to be change, and I just refuse to just bow down to bullshit. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Never have. Why would I now? Goddamn, no, hell no. I done made it further than most people in my generation were supposed to make it. I'm not giving up on I'm standing on my square. I'm standing on mine, as they say, right? So here it is, right? A lot of brothers was giving love and stuff, man. So, I remember you, bro. Honored to see you, man. Good to see you doing good. This and that. I shared their products. I put it on my videos. Some other cats was asking, but all of them was asking. Let me say that. All of them were asking, yo, man, I mean, what happened? You gonna do the convention again? And, yeah, I get it. You're in the convention life. You know, the culture of being behind the table and here's my wares, here's my books, here's my this, my that, my game, my whatever you selling. Are you interested? Chop it up. I've lived that life. Damn. I mean, not only did it not only in my own event, did it at other people's events. Shout out to Funk Jazz Cafe. Shout out to, oh Lord, I did Funk Jazz like 2-3 times, at least 2 I know. More times than I can remember. Oh my gosh, all kind of little festivals, country town festivals, especially literally you bring your own table to some of this stuff. I done it all. You hear me? I done that work. Done that work, Dan. I was doing that work before I had as much art to put on the table. I'd be sometimes just part of stuff, and my dad was doing something. I was there helping him with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. It's a lot of history to this. And I said, man, I personally will not be organizing another convention. I will produce, executive produce. If you know terms in Hollywood, and these terms can apply to other things too. Event curation, it applies. It applies. I will be the curator, the one who stamps yes and no, that's in, that's not in. And I will find the finances to make it possible and gather other resources financially to make it possible with sponsorship, etc. And we'll bring back ONYXCON, the convention. Because ONYXCON as a whole has always been intended to be and will forever be more than a convention. But conventions are an extremely costly endeavor. And in my years of producing ONYXCON, I gained more gray hairs. Oh my gosh. I started graying when I was doing ONYXCON. You know what I'm saying? They talk about presidencies and how folk go in one color and they come out another. Yeah, like how Barack Obama, the legend, went in with mostly black hair, a couple of little spots of gray and stuff, and now he all silver on the top. Yeah, man. It's hey. Trying to organize people and get people on the same page is a shitload of just absolutely psychologically, physically, emotionally damaging, rewarding, exhausting process. Okay? And I did it already. So there's not, I even said that to one of the guys. I said, man, I've already done it. And they was like, yes, you have, bro. You have. And we salute you and all that. I was like, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate my salute. I appreciate my thank you for my service. And they were sincere. They weren't just saying something in the moment just to be, friendly. I could feel it. It was real. And I appreciate that. But then I also got folks who, when I would tell them all the same thing, I said, look, man, do you realize, I said, we have the budget already. for the return of an ONYXCON convention, and then some. I said, we have 17,000 subscribers. Y'all, if you've been on my channel before, you done heard me say it so many times. It's damn, 17,000 subscribers, 17.2 as of today. It fluctuates. 17.3. Hell, it was up to damn near 18. I got rid of a lot of bots and scammer accounts and everything on my Instagram. And I have other pages on Instagram too. It's not just that one, but that's the main one. Okay, but for ONYXCON, other ONYXCON pages, we section it out for the different categories, the elements, as I say. ONYXCON Outdoors, ONYXCON Style, ONYXCON Fitness, ONYXCON Rides, ONYXCON Music. I said outdoors, yeah, ONYXCON Outdoors. ONYXCON Hotties, HOTTIEZ, celebrating the beautiful women of the world and their talents. Not just how incredibly sexy and gorgeous they are, but their talents too. Their well-rounded brain. Okay? All right. Now, listen. So, I did this thing, man. I just told them. I gave them all the same speech, more or less. I said, look, I need you. $4.99 a month. I can't tell nobody how to spend their money, but I'm telling you, this is what you get for it. This is a nonprofit arts and creative lifestyle. From the beginning, this organization pays you back. If you know how to do your taxes, you didn't spend money. You gave a donation that you can get back if you know how to do your taxes. Right? That's what I told them all. I said, look, $4.99 times 17,000. What's that? I said, now take away the bots, because I know you got bots. Take away 7 shit. I don't get 10,000 is what I need to be monetized, to be able to even get this subscription thing. So 10,000 times, what's that? What is that? Hello? Monthly. $4.99, 10,000 people. If we could get that, hell, if we could get 1,000, it ain't gonna bring back the convention with 1,000, but it's gonna start the process, because YouTube gonna handle the rest. That's right, YouTube, I believe in you. Do you hear me, YouTube? I believe in you. Every day, I believe in you, YouTube. That's why I'm on here. That's why I post. That's why I share all this content, from the stories to the main feed. I believe in my YouTube audience. I believe that y'all just are not just numbers, that you're actual human beings who really like what you get in here, and you want more of it. So I believe that you're going to subscribe. I believe that you're going to start liking more. I see you subscribing, and I appreciate that. But I believe you're going to start liking. Now, don't forget to like. And that's going to pay off. I'm telling you, it's going to pay off for all of us. Because when we get to the point, and this is what I told those fellas yesterday, they were all happy to see me and talking about the past. And what can't we bring back and why we can't get it now. And $6-figure to $1 million budget. And all of them did the same thing for the most part. Not all of them. Some of them didn't flinch. But most of them was like, man. And I was like, what the fuck is... I said, are you paying attention? I'm not making these numbers up. Society is. We're getting pushed out of our own brilliance, man. I don't want that to be my reality. It is if you're going to do a convention and have hundreds of... even just to have thousands of people, and just a few thousand in a building at the same time. There's insurance you got to consider. There's licenses for showing the films you want to show in the film festival. I've paid these costs, so I know what it is. And you got to have security. Who's your security? You got to have reliable security. I used to have security that, hell, because they were active police officers, if something came up and my one officer, this happened twice when I was doing my event, cracked me up both times. I'm like, what if something happened at my event? Oh man, I had to go, man. Got a call, some crazy dude running through the woods with a gun. He had just robbed a store and we had to track him down. He's in full battalion gear. I'm talking about vest, everything. And he was a K9 unit officer. He out there running through the woods. They said, did you get it? Yeah, we got him. It took a minute, but we got him. Oh shit, well, glad to have you back, bro, because we've been 2 hours without security over here. And one of them years I can remember was one of the years that some people will remember this super sad event. It was when one of the Batman movies that came out and some psychopath went crazy in a movie theater and killed all these people in the theater. It was that weekend we were doing our convention, So we're doing a comic book convention. Man, I'm nervous as shit for, like, you never know what could tie in with that kind of crazy. Like, is this going to become a theme where it's related? If anything tied to comic books might get hit that weekend or what? Man, I was like, where's my security at? Like, you know, holy shit. And mind you, you're paying this person too. Oh man, the stuff I've been through that y'all just, people come, they enjoy the event, they see the sights, they hear the sounds, they eat the food, they flip the comics, they buy the books, they buy the posters. Hey man, this was great, man. I enjoyed myself, man. Oh my God, this was so much fun. I didn't know it was like this. I mean, this literal testimonies. You know, we gonna be back, man. Yeah, man, put me on the mailing list. I'm gonna be back next year, man. This was amazing. Thank you, thank you. But then when the doors close and you look around, if anybody remembers the end of House Party, or no, not where the end, but the end of the house party in the movie House Party, where all the trash and the crap is everywhere because everybody's just having such a good time, but they making a mess, right? Or when you got, you know, like the end of that scene in Boomerang where they had the Thanksgiving dinner. It was the moment that Eddie's character had an opportunity to try and holler at Halle Berry's character, and everything went from there. But when she was like, "You need some help?" and he's like, yeah. It was just shit everywhere in the kitchen. Because everybody leave you with the work, man. They leave you with the other work. They don't, you know, and that's the difference in a grassroots organization where you don't have you may be lucky if you got one good corporate sponsor, you know? Yes, y'all. So as I was saying, so like, yeah, you know, when you're doing these events, I'm just saying, they're draining, but they're also rewarding. But the reward ultimately is if you got people who are in your volunteer staff that are loyal, okay? And what I found with my event, I had a lot of really great staffers at the venue. Every time I did it at the venue, I had people on staff that were like volunteers. I mean, they're getting paid. They're at work. They're working an event at work, so they're getting paid through the budget of where they work. But of course, they were happy. I mean, come on, you're at work for a party. Technically, it's like, you know, you get to go into this huge festival type vibe under a roof, and everybody you already like and know and work from work is there. But then you got all the public there, and everybody's having a good time. It's a family-based kind of event. A little something for everybody of all ages, all types of content, you know, up to mature is all in there. You know, we were always really responsible about that. Kids ain't supposed to see what they're not gonna see, and adult material was kept in a proper place on tables. And, you know, things was right, man. I did my shit tight as it can be tight, you know, and a lot of stuff I did ain't even common no more for parameters, because everything in society got so damn ratchet where people have normalized bad behavior, crude, no boundaries, just obscenity and shit. Like, no, man, we wasn't about none of that. We come with the right way or no way at all, you know? And people appreciated us for that. We got, again, receipts. We got articles bigging me up for everything I did and how we did it, showing much love, showing much respect to the whole process of what it took to make something like ONYXCON possible. It's legendary, y'all. It's legendary. That's just the truth of what I made. And so when you do it the way I did it for so long, and then you get the receipts, like I say, of people telling you, man, I really appreciate what you made. I really appreciate this, that, and the other. The only thing that hurts, like I say, is when some of these same people are subscribed to the, not subscribed, excuse me, followers, but not subscribed on Instagram. So you telling me you see me begging for y'all to do it. I don't beg, but you know, recommending the reasons why it's worth you subscribing. And everybody's so locked into, well, I'm gonna do a Kickstarter, and I'm gonna do, why do you trust Kickstarter? Why? Because it has a reputation, right? Well, I had a reputation before Kickstarter. Hello? ONYXCON had a reputation of brilliance and excellence before Kickstarter. I'm just talking about longevity of how long we've been in doing what we do, right? I'm not even saying, I don't remember when Kickstarter started, but I know one thing, it wasn't popular before we were popular. I can say that with my chest. I can damn sure say that. It may have been around, but it was not. It wasn't popping. It wasn't like the go-to way to raise money and things like that. Now, why am I mentioning Kickstarter? Because a lot of people who hit me up wanting support on Instagram, they say, hey man, can you post this? I got a Kickstarter coming up. Hey man, I got this new comic, I got this game, I got this, that, and the other, and all this other. I say, yeah, sure. Are you a subscriber? $4.99 a month. They get quiet as fuck. It's like the conversation never started. I see red. That's all I see is red. R-E-A-D. It was red. That messes with your head, man, if you let it. I don't really let it completely. It get in there enough to get me annoyed, but it don't ruin me, because being a universalist as I am, being somebody who will go into the world understanding I'm on earth, not just where I'm at. Bump these motherfuckers I know here if they don't want to do right. Love to the ones who do, you forever in my heart. Everybody else can kick rocks and kiss your own ass, because you can't get near mine. I'll be gone. I mean that. I've been saying it. It's not a threat. It's just a reminder that good people will make you miss them if they got to. And I'm at a point where I've realized I think I got to make them miss me, y'all. Because the ultimate insult to injury about that part of it, where people don't subscribe and don't support, don't push the buttons. I always say, look, if you at least go subscribe on YouTube, if you're actually watching the content on YouTube, if you're actually loving the content, then yo, that's gonna help something in the bottom line. But if I hit you up directly and ask, hey man, would you consider this $4.99 on Instagram? Because I see that you're a regular. You're not. Some people I know they're not even on Instagram enough for it to make sense. One of the guys even told me that was the reason why he hadn't subscribed. He's like, man, to be honest, I just don't be on it like that. I said, I know his pattern. I follow him, And he's right. He don't post a lot. He want them people to go to his page. Shit, it's gonna be a lot of old posts. It's gonna be a lot of months between posts, years between posts. He ain't like that. I told him that is a difference, because this is a job. I'm doing it every day. So if you can't even see that, but here's where I still say there's a little bit of an issue. I'm not even asking you to be there looking at it every day. I'm saying put it on your card and forget about it if you can. I'm not saying to anybody who is financially strapped, you better support me, you better do something. No, ain't no better nothing. You do what you gotta do. I understand. I'm out here doing that right the funk now. I'm out here right now, tank almost on E, go ahead to get gas after I drop off this order, and then I'm back to square one. Because I gotta make enough to cover some things that came up over the weekend, as they do. And that's my whole point. And I'll say this to one of my brothers who said something. He said, man, we all gotta get out here and make it make sense. After that, he said, after this is over, I'm gonna be back in the office. A lot of these people gonna be back to somebody else's company making their money, and they get their little paycheck or whatever. But that's part of the reason why we always scrambling for that. We can't ever get nothing together. I said, yeah, but do you hear yourself, man? How many generations are gonna say the same damn thing? Aren't you sick of yourself saying this shit? Aren't you sick of saying, yeah, man, like, it's almost like that whole accepting the curse mentality. Like, we the people, man, we don't get what they get. We in that other caste. We're in that caste that doesn't get to travel all our life and build homes in other places in the world and have resources in other places and really live on earth. We're not them people, man. We get a couple of vacations every now and then. It better be blessed. Better feel blessed that you got that. And brother, I feel blessed. Sister, I feel blessed to be alive and know that I am due any and every imaginable fantastic vision I have of my existence. It's not for a few. And the only reason it seems that way is because you're letting money, then power and respect rule your life. You're not living by respect first, not money first. Respect, then power, then money. If you respected what I've done, I do respect you, I do. Let me finish. If you respected what ONYXCON is and what it does, you would think, you know what, man? Yo, that really was my first convention, or that really was my first opportunity to sell this many books to an audience that wanted them. Or that was my first, like I looked the whole time I'm talking to these cats, and I would step aside every time somebody would come up behind me ready to talk to, because they're vending, and I know that feeling, man. You don't want to talk nobody's head off if you ain't buying nothing, right? I'm there as in promotion mode. I wasn't able to spend. And yes, I'm asking you to support my organization, so obviously I don't have the financials to be, let me dole out a few. I mean, when I got it, I'm the first to be on it. And anybody who know me know, when the people come to my convention, I'm running the event, and every event I would take money out of money I made for the day, write that off to the side, know that that's got to be accounted for, and I would go into my own event and buy at least one thing from each and every last one of my vendors. I don't care what it was you had on that table, I was going to buy something. I did that traditionally for years. And it was a way to say to them, in addition to me actually liking, if you behind the table, I already liked your work. You wouldn't be here if I didn't think you were worthy of ONYXCON standard. But I want you to know I'm going to constantly put back into you if you keep putting back into us. So, if you really got respect, you don't wait till you get old and in a wheelchair or in a damn, drooling on yourself and eating pudding and trying to remember your facts because your shit is scrambled in your brain. You don't wait that long to say, man, I really appreciate what that person did for me. No. While we are all able, now is the time to grow together officially. Now is the time to put aside your ego and acknowledge that, yes, I've never ran a whole convention and did a comic book and travel and still have, I don't have that kind of life. If you got that life, I am though. I am. I'm that one that can do that. And you need everybody to play their role in the systematic approach to success. I've told people, I said, look, 17,000 on Instagram, that's my largest number to date. I have no bigger number online. I know it's not completely real, but it's significant still. When I say not real, I know there's a lot of bots and shit, like I said earlier, but there's a lot of real people that made that number possible, mostly because it's organic. I didn't buy a dime of people. I've never bought followers, ever. I've never seen the logic in trusting any company selling followers. What, you gonna put more bots on my page and I'm gonna start getting more of them weird ass calls from people doing, hello, hey buddy, man, fuck you, I don't know you. What the fuck is this shit? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I want legit people who came across my page, liked something they saw, were very impressed and said, man, I really like this right here. I want to be a part of this right here. I gotta get, let me go ahead and subscribe, or at least follow, because they don't, that's my point. If they all subscribed, if they have it, again, those who have it, and you can't tell me out of 17,000 that at least 1,000 people can't afford, even with this crazy economy we in, $4.99 a month. Technically less than $60 that it would be if it were $5 in a year. Some of the people who vended at my event when we had nothing but the vending, my average table on the low, the lowest we ever charged, I think, for a table at ONYXCON was $125. We may have had lower than that, like we first started, just to attract folk and get them, loyal. But once we realized we had a crowd, every year, you're gonna start at about 125, sometimes 145, 150. Yeah, and it would go up by the month. Like you had to get your money in, because every month you delayed, the price went up. And that's what put the fire under their ass to be grown ass men and women and get your damn application in, right? So now that we're not doing that anymore, how do you excuse the thought that, I understand we in a deficit in the country and all this other stuff. We asking for less than $60 annually, and all of y'all, at least 30 of y'all have not subscribed? Man, that's just not, I can't accept it. I will not accept it. And I keep a list of who is and who ain't. And what's really funny in life is to see that the ones you least thought were going to subscribe Well, that's not like I was talking about people and their archetypes earlier. There's the ones you knew were gonna subscribe, and they did. The minute you mentioned it, they was there. And then there's the ones who never. And then there's the ones who you can't believe it, but damn, I never thought so and so would have done right, but they did. And this was back when it was 99 cents. Holy shit. I left it open for about 2 years. Didn't raise the price. 99 cents, all it is, people. That's how I got the bulk of my current subscribers. 17 of which now came in at 99 cents. The most recent 2 came in at the $4.99. Very happy because it was an honor to see somebody jump on board and take acknowledgement of what this could be. Because I'm telling you, we're not gonna stop. The moral of the story is we're not gonna stop. And for everybody who showed me that energy that was good at Momo, thank you. And for those who know who they are, who showed good energy, but also showed a little stank when I mentioned the whole, subscribe thing. And the funniest thing at the time, I had mentioned Instagram, but I was mostly talking about YouTube at the moment. And they kind of, flipped a little bit. Like, what? Subscribe what? What am I subscribing for? Oh, shit. Okay. Well, there it is. There's the monsters that I'll be talking about. There's the lack of respect, true respect, for what was built. You ain't got to ever do it, but don't be disrespectful and say, what's in it for me after all I've done? Do that. Don't do that. We'll leave. We are at a stage in this reality of excommunicado. That's the word of the days, y'all. That's the 2 words that you gotta know. Love that part of that movie. John Wick style, baby. Excommunicado. You know the rules of the international. Follow the rules.